Hello everyone. Welcome to Math Minds Coaching Hub. Today we're gonna learn about multiplication of integers. So you may be aware what is integers. Integers are nothing but the combination of negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. So in this session we are going to learn how we multiply negative numbers and positive numbers. So here with an example, the first example which is 6 into minus 5. So 6 is a positive number, whereas minus 5 is a negative number. Before that, before we proceed with the example, let's see the basic principles of the multiplication of any integers, positive or negative integers. This how do it behave? So plus integers, when we multiply with negative integers, the sign will change to negative. So plus into minus, the sign will become minus. Now when there is a negative integer and we multiply with another negative integer, the sign will become plus. So minus into minus, the sign will become plus. Obviously plus into plus, when both are positive integers, the sign becomes positive. Let's see the first example now. If you see the first example, the sign is positive and the next one is negative. So it is plus into minus. So what you have to write, you have to put the sign negative here. And now 6 into 5, it is 30. So for first question, the answer is minus 30. Now look at the second question. Again, there is a negative integer and a positive integer. Minus into plus. Minus into plus, then again you have to write negative sign and 9 into 7, which is 63. So for the answer of this question is minus 63. Let's move ahead with the another question, which is the third one. And third one, if you see, both are negative integers, minus and minus. So here, if you see, if you have seen earlier in the concept where we were discussing the sign and multiplication of the integers, here minus into minus, you have to the sign will become positive. So when there is two integers, negative integers, and we are multiplying both the integers, the sign you have to change it to positive. So positive, and 8 into 8, 64. Since we don't write positive plus sign before any integer, so we can ignore this plus and your answer would be 64. Now move to the next question. It is similar to the third one. Both are negative integers. Minus into minus, it is plus. We won't write plus here. And 9 into 3 is 27. So your answer for the fourth question is 27. Okay, now we would learn one of the principles which would be helpful for solving some of the questions. So here the first principle is distributive law of multiplication over addition. So it states that when there are three integers a, b, and c, if a into b plus c would be equal to a into b plus a into c. So once again I'll repeat, when there are three integers a, b, c, then a into b plus c will be equal to a into b plus a into c. Okay, so this is the distributive law of multiplication over addition. Let's learn this principle with an example. Let's take three integers, that is 5, minus 6 and minus 8. First we'll see a into b plus c. Let's solve this a into b plus c. Okay, so here let's assume a is 5 and it is into b plus c. So minus 6 plus minus 8. Okay, so now we will solve this 5 into we may not write, it is assumed it is into. So here minus 6 plus into minus, if you see this is also multiplication, plus and minus becomes minus, so we will write plus minus, will change it to minus, and we'll write here 8. So now if you solve this again, so 5 into minus minus when it is here, see here, this is not multiplication, this is minus 6 and minus 8, which we have studied earlier. When there are two negative integers, we have to put the negative sign because both are negative integers, and then we have to add both of them. 8 plus 6 would be 14. So now after solving this 5 into minus 14, you have minus 17 as a into, when we solve this a into b plus c, we get minus 70. As we have solved the LHS, now let's solve the RHS now. So RHS is nothing but a into b plus a into c. So a into b plus a into c. Okay, so now we would put the value of a, b and c. So here a is nothing but 5 and b is minus 6. We will put the plus sign, and a is nothing but again 5 and c is nothing but minus 8. So let's solve RHS. Minus 6 minus plus minus and 6 into 5 30 plus, you have to put this plus sign. Let's solve this. So here it is minus plus minus, and then 8 fives are 40. So here it is 40. Again solving, again further solving this, here plus into minus. So first you will write minus 30, then plus into minus, the sign will become minus 40. So minus minus again. Now there is no multiplication as such. We have to add both the numbers. Put the value of put the sign minus and add 30 and 40, which is nothing but 70. So if you see LHS and RHS, LHS and RHS both are same. So hence we prove that the properties properties which has been defined, a into b plus, when there are three integers a b c, a into b plus c is nothing but it would be equal to a into b plus a into c. Okay, so using the same properties, let's solve this question. Here the question is a 8 into minus 15 plus 8 into c. We can see that this is having the same property, distributive law of multiplication over addition. So if we see that 8 into minus 15, 8 is in the place of a. So a into b and plus a into c. So we can use the property a into b plus c. So here we would be using the same property, 8 into minus 15 plus 6. And then we will further solve this. 8 into minus 15 plus 6 would be minus 9. So your answer plus minus, again you have to put the sign of negative, minus, and 8 nines are 72. So your answer for this question would be minus 72. And here we have applied the distributive properties of multiplication, and you can, so either you can solve directly, but applying the distributive, it makes the calculation easier. So let's see the distributive principle with one another example. So here there are three integers a, b and c. So this is in the form of a into b plus a into c. So we can, using the distributive principle, we can write a into, which would be equal to a into b plus c. C is nothing but minus 4 here. So we would further solve this question, minus 18, and then here plus into minus, the sign will change to minus, which is 7 minus 4. So solving further this, minus 18 into 3, which would be plus into minus, again you have to put the sign minus, and 18 3 is a 54. So this is the answer for this question. Another property which I would cover is multiplicative inverse. So multiplicative inverse, when there is an integer, so multiplicative inverse of that integer would be 1 by a. So multiplicative inverse, let's take an example. Multiplicative inverse of 6 would be 1 by 6. Okay. Now let's see the behavior when we are multiplying negative integers. So when we are multiplying negative integers, there can be scenario when the negative integers, number of negative integers which we are multiplying is are odd, and there can also be a scenario when the number of negative integers numbers are even. Let's see with an example. So we'll take the first one first. So minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. So here if you see the number of negative integers, one negative in all are negative integers here, and the number of negative integers are 1 2 3, which is odd. So let's see how it behaves. So minus into minus, the sign becomes plus, and plus into minus, the sign will be minus. So we have to put the value, put the sign minus, and 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. So answer would be minus 8. So here with the statement, when the number of negative numbers is odd, then sign will be minus. So let's with the first example itself, let's see with another try with another odd number minus 2 into 5 times. Let's do 4 into 5 times. So minus minus, the sign becomes plus, plus minus, again the sign becomes minus, minus minus plus, and plus minus minus. So here again, when the number of negative integers are odd, the sign would be negative, and 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 32. So your answer is, so with the statement first, so it holds goes that when there are negative integers and the number of negative integers are odd, then your sign would be minus. So when we can see that the number of negative integers are odd, we can simply put minus, and then we can multiply those number. When now moving to the next part, when number of negative numbers are even, the sign will be plus. So let's see, if minus 2 into minus 2, here are even integers, so minus minus plus, and the answer would be 4. Okay, so here if you see, when the numbers of negative integers are positive are even, so the sign would be positive. Let's try with minus 2 negative integers into 4 times. Okay, minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. So again minus minus plus, plus minus minus, and minus minus plus. So here again plus 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16. So answer would be 16. So again, so this statement, when multiplication of negative integers, when numbers of negative number when number of negative numbers is odd, then the sign would be minus, and when the number of negative numbers are even, then sign would be plus. Let's now see that with an example. Here if you see, all are negative integers, and the number of negative integers are odd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is odd. So we can simply put the sign negative, and then we can multiply the numbers. 1 into 2, 2, 2 3 is a 6, 6 4 is a 24, and 24 5s are 120. So your answer would be 1 minus 120 for this question. Hope you have liked this video. So please, I'll request you to subscribe and watch my channels for more such videos. Thank you.